Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie of Lumeria Star, and today what we're going to do is we're going to look through the decks I worked with in the month of June. So let's just get right into the decks because that's the fun part. So let's see here. Let's start with the beautiful Queer Tarot. This is by Ashley Malesio and Chess Needham. So this is a mass market deck. This is by RP Studio, and this is one of my favorite decks. Perfect for June, for Pride Month. So let's take a look at this. It's got a box within a box. We've got our deck in a really nice tuck box and our guidebook. So we'll take a look at this deck. And when this deck first came out, I was just so impressed. I mean, I'm still really impressed with this deck. I love the colors. I love the artwork. The cardstock is great and sturdy. And it's just so beautiful, so inclusive. We've got all types of representation in this deck, different types of people, different types of bodies, and sexual identity and gender fluidity. We've just got a little bit of everyone in this deck, and I think that makes this really special. I love how it really is RWS based, so if you're familiar with that system, this should be a really easy read. I think this art style is so cool. I think, what is this called? This is called Risograph. I just think it's so unique, and the colors just really do it for me. I love this Nine of Pentacles, this person here, and this like lush desert landscape, so beautiful. And it's just great. I can't say enough wonderful things about this deck. And this month, for the month of June, I've noticed, if you've been following me for a while, you might know I've been kind of dealing with some tarot burnout, spiritual burnout, just feeling very disconnected to my practice and my cards. And this month I was getting the tingles back, as I've been like to calling it, my tarot tingles. So that's been really fun. I don't feel like they're all the way back, but I'm starting to notice excitement, wanting to pull my decks out. I'm noticing messages are coming through stronger for me again. Again, not to the place where it was before, but they're just coming back. And this deck was just such a wonderful reader this month. I think that really helped with that feeling of tarot burnout, spiritual burnout. And I noticed that when I'm feeling that burnout, using a great guidebook has been a wonderful tool for me. So this guidebook in particular is really great. I love the write-ups for each card. They do upright and reversal. There's keywords, there's things to consider. They include the person in the card and their pronouns. It's just a wonderfully all-inclusive, diverse guidebook. Highly recommend if you don't have this in your collection and you're remotely drawn to the artwork or just the whole idea and premise of the deck. If you're just even thinking about it, go ahead and get it. It's so good. So that is the Queer Tarot and Guidebook. Really love that. Okay, so another deck I use this month, I feel like this is not like a well-known deck that I see around. I just picked this up at like my local Barnes & Nobles a few years ago. Barnes & Noble. I always say Barnes & Nobles. Does anyone else do that? Barnes & Noble. This is the Magical Tarot. This is by Robin Valentine, which is the creator of The Tired Witch. But what really, I'll be honest, what drew me to this is the artwork of Stasia Burrington, who created the Sassari Beto Tarot, which I love. I know that's a community favorite. So I honestly picked this up because of her. Or them, I'm not sure their pronouns. But yeah, so I love Stasia's artwork from the Sassari Beto, so I just wanted to pick this one up. And this one is really just a reimagined Rider-Waite-Smith. It's pretty much a clone, in my opinion. These are the backs. So it's pretty much a clone of the Rider-Waite-Smith, and I lovingly call this my bisexual deck because of the colors. We've got beautiful purples and magentas and blues and teals, so obviously it reminds me of the bisexual colors and bisexual flag. So again, this one felt like a really all-inclusive deck. Like maybe I've just made that up in my mind, but this felt like an appropriate deck for me to use for June, for Pride Month, and I just really love it. It's just, again, it's Rider-Waite-Smith, so if you're familiar with that system, it's a great deck. I love this Empress, as usual. I will say that, yes, this deck could be great for a beginner just because it is RWS, but unfortunately, I can't really recommend the guidebook, and that really disappointed me, and I hate saying that, but the guidebook, and I can probably show you, or maybe I won't, because it's kind of like it's kind of hard to get out of the box. But the guidebook, most of the guidebook just focuses on the major arcana, which is fine. But if you're a beginner, you're leaving out a majority of the deck that a beginner is not going to know how to use. So a majority of the guidebook is the major arcana, and there's a nice amount of information on that. But then when you go into the minors, it teaches a little about numerology, which is fine. I think that could be a good starting point, using numerology and the suits to kind of help you navigate the rest of the deck. But the numerology, it only breaks it down from 0 to 9, which is so weird. I'm like, you're leaving out the 10s. Like, I don't know. I hate to like diss on like a deck, but like the guidebook, unfortunately, was a complete miss for me, and that's why I would not suggest this for a beginner, unless, again, I hate to say this, but unless you are drawn to the artwork, buy the deck, keep the deck, and just kind of like chuck the guidebook, because it just, I don't know, it just felt so incomplete to me. And again, I hate dissing on other people's creations, but that one was just like a major flop for me. Maybe I'll show you, because I feel like I'm really talking a lot of shit about this guidebook, and I want you to know what I'm talking about. I'll show you real quick. But I do love this deck, and if you're drawn to the artwork and you like Stasia's artwork, it could be worth the look. But yeah, let me show you the guidebook. Okay, so this is the guidebook, and as I said, a majority of the guidebook just focuses on the major arcana, which again is fine, but I feel like you're really doing a disservice to the rest of the deck. So the parts about the major arcana are nice. Like you get a full page image, you get like zodiac and like planetary signs, colors, whether it's a yes or no, upright and reverse, like that's all cool. You get full symbolism, the Fool and Magic work, really cool. I mean, I guess if you just want the book for that, or working with a majors only deck, that could be great. So we do that through all of the majors, as you can see, which is great. And then we get to the minors. Let me go, let's see. Okay. Yeah, so we finish with the world. More information on the world. And then we go into basic numerology for the minors, which is great. We want to know numerology. So I was like, okay, I guess they have a section just for numerological meaning. So we start with 1, and then we just go to 9. You're leaving out, like, how is a beginner going to know what the 10 of Swords is? The 10 of Wands, 10 of Cups. Like, I just, like, why did we leave that out? I don't know. I don't know why this book bothers me so much. Maybe someone else will find this really helpful. There are some nice spreads in here, but that's why I'm not going to suggest this as a beginner's deck, because I feel like this guidebook has a lot of like holes in it. If you're already really well versed in tarot, maybe this is just like, it could be a cool supplement to, like, you know, have some magical workings for each major arcana. But yeah, that's my only issue with that, but I really love the actual deck. Okay, let's see what else I got into this month. Oh, yeah. So this month we celebrated the summer solstice, midsummer. So I got to use the Seasons of the Witch Litha Oracle, which if you know, you know, I am obsessed with this deck series. This is a rock pool deck, and I absolutely adore having a deck for each Sabbath. So you get, essentially when the series is complete, we're going to have 8 decks. I have 7 of them already because I got the early release of the Llamas Oracle, which I'll be sharing on my channel soon. And then I think Ostara is the last one left. But so excited to have a complete set of this. And this is such a wonderful deck to work with seasonal energy. And my like witchy tarot practice is very seasonally based, elementally based. So these decks just really encapsulated how I practice like magic. The artist of the new decks, because they did switch artists, her name is Tiana Lukovic. Absolutely gorgeous. It is different than the original artist, Giada Rose, but I feel like it's still continuous enough. There is some continuity where it doesn't feel like the series was disrupted by the change of the artwork. I love the titles. Like, I never would have thought of Rot and Decay for summer, but like when you read the guidebook, it makes sense. Like some sunset dinner, a lot of sun energy. We've got some money magic. This Lightworker card is gorgeous. Insects, butterflies. Yeah, this deck feels very like cottagecore. Cottagecore, farmer's market, green witch. That's the vibe I get with this. As a beach witch myself, I wish there was maybe some more like water elements, but there is a mermaid card in here, so that does make me happy. Did I already pass the mermaid card? Did I? I think I did. Now I want to like purposely look for the mermaid card. Where did she go? How did I pass her and not make notice? Oh my gosh, am I going crazy? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, sorry, but now I have to find it just for the sake of finding it. Mermaid card, where are you? There she is. Yeah, so this is the only like oceany water theme in this deck. There's a Cancer card too, like astrological sign, the zodiac sign. Love that there's a mermaid card in here. But this deck is beautiful. Love it. If you are not familiar with the Seasons of the Witch series, highly suggest to check it out. It's wonderful working with seasonal energy. So I'm really excited to have this to my collection, or add it to my collection rather, and then working with the upcoming Llamas deck for coming up on August 1st. So that is the Seasons of the Witch Litha Oracle. Big win. Okay, another deck that I have in this really cute pasta pouch, which was actually sent to me as a gift by one of my followers on Instagram, which was so sweet. If you are watching this, thank you so much. This is the Pasta Tarot, and I thought this was perfect for the month of June because this is created by local New Jersey queer creators. So we love that. Like, two of my favorite things, New Jersey and my gays. So this, and food too, let me just say that. So this deck is quirky and fun. Like, we just have like references, like this is like Juliet from Romeo and Juliet. Again, very pasta forward. I love some pasta. The cardstock is nice. It's got that like kind of scratchy linen finish. Mine has warped just ever so slightly, but like, I don't know if you can tell. There's like a little bend to it, but I don't even care. This deck is just so fun. You've got, that's Sophia Loren, I believe. The only hard thing about this is the The pastas, you kind of have to remember which one's which. But again, this one's very RWS based. So like just by the, what am I trying to say? Like the composition of the card, you can tell this is swords. You can tell this is wands, again, by the composition of the card, pentacles, and I believe that's, see, I'm going to have a hard time. I think that's cups. Yeah, cups. It's just a great deck. And it makes me hungry. And I think we need more food in tarot decks. Like, I think I really enjoy that crossover. And I did, sidebar, I did just get in one of my Kickstarters. It's the Gourmet Tarot. So that's going to be a video coming up probably after this one. I haven't even looked at it yet because I want my first impressions to be on camera. But I just love a food-based tarot deck. I think we need more of those. So the Pasta Tarot just really meets the mark for me, and I love it. So good. And we have RBG, who made an appearance in the Justice card, which is perfect. So good. So that is the Pasta Tarot. Love, love, love. That one's not going anywhere. And the fact that it has its own little pasta pouch just makes me very, very happy. All right, let me take a sip of my seltzer. I've been talking quite a bit. All right, so the next deck that I worked with this month, I've had for quite a while, maybe a few years. This is the Liber Florum Tarot. So this is by Cosmic Eye, and this deck is so interesting. So basically it is a Rider-Waite-Smith deck, which I'm learning, I'm starting to, like, I collect them. I love like different takes on the RWS, but they're so interesting because they incorporate the language of flowers, and I love flowers, and I really don't quite know the language of flowers, so it's just a fun layer to add to my readings. I love the black backgrounds. I think that makes it interesting with kind of like this circle here with the card. We have the name, and then we also have the flower and the name. So I just think this is like it's just fun and kind of like quirky and unique. So I really love using this deck. Again, if you know the RWS, super easy to read. You can even ignore the flowers if you wanted. But if you want to start playing around and incorporating using flowers, this is a great kind of segue into it. It's just fun and weird, and I love it. And then it comes with a few things. So there's just like a little thank you card. This is the flower keyword chart. So it has the majors with like a keyword of the flower. And then it goes by numerology. So aces to tens. See, we need to include tens. And then the quartz. So like you just get a keyword just for the flower, which I think is awesome. And then we have just like this little white book, which is totally great for just, again, keywords for the flowers and keywords for the cards. So that alone, it kind of makes like a nice tarot oracle like hybrid. So it's just fun, and I think it's a great way to have like a different take on just like the basic RWS. So this one I just love having in my collection. I do see that my tuck box is starting to fall apart, starting to rip here on the side, and that's seen better days. So probably should find a cute little like floral bag for this one. I'll be on the hunt for that, maybe on Etsy. But really enjoyed working with this deck for the month of June. All right, another deck I worked with that I always forget to pull out, but when I do, I'm like, damn, this deck is like so cool and badass. This is just like, it's just called the Tarot. I think a lot of us in the community call it the Caitlin Madison Tarot because that is the name of the creator. This deck is bold She is large. Like, this is my hand. I do have kind of smaller hands, but like they're big. So I really can't shuffle it. I have to kind of like hand over hand it like on the side. But the artwork is bold. She is fierce. She is powerful, evocative. I don't know, like this deck just commands attention. This is like dark feminine energy. I just love Caitlin's artwork so much. Like, I could take multiple of these cards and get them, like, I would print them and put them on my walls in my house. Like, I just think her artwork is just amazing. And I don't know why I don't use this a lot. It might be because it's so big and my hands have a hard time shuffling it. But it's a deck I definitely, every time I break it out, I'm like, why am I not using this more? It's just so good. Like, that is such a fierce Ace of Swords card. The line work is just so intricate. Like, you can really look at everything going on in these cards. And then the minors, we have like these symbols up here that match with each element. Look at this moon card, gorgeous. This death card of Kali, gorgeous, gorgeous. Love it. Absolutely love it. I saw she has on her website playing cards too, and I've been like dabbling in trying to read playing cards. What's kind of stopped me is the guidebook I got. I'm not loving, so I need to find a better guidebook to read playing cards. But I think I might want to get her playing card deck just because, again, I just love her artwork, so I think that would be really fun. So yeah, this was a hit, not going anywhere. I like treated myself to that deck for my birthday. Treated myself to that deck for my birthday a few years ago, and I love it. Okay, 2 more decks. One of them is the Cosmic Cunt Tarot. This is by Samantha West. This is a rock pool deck that originally was an indie deck. I actually also have the indie deck. And Rockpool sent this to me when it first went mass market. And I love it because it came with a cute little guidebook. And the original did not. So I just always love when it can include a guidebook. And then this one also came edged in this like pretty like bright chartreusey yellowish leaning green color. I think my original one wasn't edged, the indie deck, and I might have edged it in like a hot pink, I think. But anyway, this deck, it's cosmic, it's cunty, it's alien, it's galactic, and weird. I love the size because it's so small. My small hands just love small decks. And it's just so fun and cute and sassy. And we've renamed the suits. So wands is probes. So this is not for the faint of heart. If you don't like, you know, being silly and some crass humor, this might not be for you. But for me, it is for me. The pentacles are discs, which are like little UFOs, which are so cute. The cups are specimens. So cute. And then what's the other suit? Probes is wands. Discs is pentacles. Probes, we talked about that. Specimens. What's the other one? Oh, ray guns is swords. Yeah, so if you like aliens, UFOs, that kind of thing, and if you're kind of sassy, this deck is for you. There's also going to be people who this deck is not for, and I get that. But this is a favorite of mine. It's just fun. Sam's artwork always brings out the like inner child and inner teenager energy in me, and it just brings me so much joy, her artwork. So I'm really glad I have this. I might let go of my indie edition just because I have this with the guidebook now. But for right now, I'll keep it. But this is just a great deck. So if that calls to you, I highly suggest it. So that is the Cosmic Cunt Tarot. And shout out to Rockpool for like, you know, getting a little edgy. I appreciate that. I think a lot of like publishing houses might be, I don't know, like hesitant to really go out there and publish a deck that's on the edgier side, but I love that Rockpool doesn't care and they do it. So cheers to you, Rockpool, for doing that, because yes, as it says, this deck is not for the faint of heart. So you have to definitely have a sense of humor for this one. Okay, so the last deck I used in June, this is a completely new one to me. I actually just purchased this in the month of June. This is the Autonomic Tarot. I've been admiring this for a while. This is illustrated by Sophie Hollington, and I guess written by David Keenan. This was originally, I believe, just like, what's it called? Majors only deck. So that's why I kind of passed over it. But once I saw they had a full 78 card deck, I was like, ooh, maybe I should just do it. Like, I'm feeling burnt out and disconnected from tarot. Maybe some new decks will help. So I really didn't use this too much. I think I still have it in order. I think I maybe pulled like one reading with this and then I put it back in order because I just didn't feel ready. So these are still in order. But I love just like the bright, bold, modern, abstract artwork here. You see Sophie's artwork, at least I do, in a lot of things. Like she does like book covers. There were like candles I saw for a while in my local Barnes and Noble. I just like her aesthetic. It's funky. So these are the majors. And then we go into the minors, and they're just very pippish, which I think, again, if you're looking for a clean pip deck, that's what this is. And then we go into our suits. These are the wands. So I haven't really read with this, but I'm just glad I have it. I didn't take too much time with it this month. But it's artwork that I've been admiring for a while. So I said, why don't you just go ahead and get it? I like that Queen of Discs. Go ahead and get it and see how you feel. And I'm just so glad that I did. So that is the Autonomic Tarot. And that is by Rough Trade Books. So this is still an indie deck. Let me put this back in the tuck box. I was a little, I will say, like when I bought it, it said it came with a newly expanded, what does it say here? Updated guide. So I don't know. I think I was thinking a book, but this is the new guide, which is fine. It's fine. I was really hoping for like a book. In full transparency, I really didn't read through this. I'm sure it's great. Although I'm looking, it's just really keywords. Yeah, I was kind of hoping for a little bit more, but that's okay. I'll be honest, I was drawn to the artwork, so that's really what I was looking for. But it would be nice if they came out with a really great like guidebook that really could stand on its own. That would be nice. Okay, so let me pop that back in the box. And again, death to tuck boxes because I hate these. I always like ruin the little white book in here because I can't get this in. Oh, there we go. Okay, so these are the decks I worked with in June that I feel like really helped me get out of like a tarot slump. I'm still not quite 100%, but I think these decks were just really nice to support me in shaking things up a bit. So yeah, these were the decks I worked with for the month of June, and let me know what you think of this selection for the month. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of this selection. Do you love these decks? Not love them? Have them on your wish list? Let me know all the things. And I will see you all in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye.